One comment that was made after that time, the comment by Pat Robertson. He claimed that the earthquake in Haiti was the result of a pact with the devil that the people of Haiti had made to achieve an end to slavery and independence at the beginning of the 1800s. I thought that was an interesting comment to make. It turns out that there were two devastating earthquakes in Haiti before their independence, before their so-called pact with the devil, before their end to slavery. And in the 200 years plus since their so-called pact with the devil, Haiti has actually been pretty much earthquake-free. Now, you compare that to the neighboring country, the Dominican Republic. In 1946, the Dominican Republic had a devastating earthquake. Actually, it's hard to believe, more than 10 times more powerful than the earthquake that Haiti experienced 2 weeks ago. The Dominican Republic had no pact with the devil, and therefore, if I can use the word therefore in this context, was laid low. So under Pat Robertson's logic, one would have to conclude that, in fact, Haiti has benefited tremendously by what he depicted as this pact with the devil. And I wonder, in contrast, how well Pat Robertson's followers have made out with their own pact with the devil. And what I mean is this. Pat Robertson ran for president in 1988. He did something in that year that nobody's done before or since. He brought 3 million volunteers to his campaign. He got millions of people involved in the Republican Party all across the country. In the end, he came in third, but he activated the Christian right, and all those people joined the Republican Party with something in mind, a couple of things in mind. One thing they wanted was that they wanted an end to gay marriage. And for years, when the Republican Party was in charge of this country, the House, the Senate, the Supreme Court, the presidency, the Republican Party did nothing to accomplish that for Pat Robertson's followers. Similarly, these people want an end to abortion in America. And I'm not going to say whether that was right or wrong, or whether they're right or wrong, but I will point out to you that when the Republicans were in charge, the Senate, the House, the White House, the Supreme Court, once again, they did nothing to help Pat Robertson's followers accomplish what they wanted. So tonight I ask those people, the Christian right, what about your own pact with the devil? How's that worked out for you? I yield the rest of my time.
The gentleman yields his time.
They lived behind barbed wire in squalid shacks. The Interior Department called them labor camps. Forced to work 12 hours a day, often 7 days a week. Their pay was barely half the U.S. minimum wage. They soon discovered they were essentially indentured servants, thousands of dollars in debt to the company men who had recruited them, and often forced them to sign secret shadow contracts.
They agreed they wouldn't date, they wouldn't go to churches. If they got pregnant, they'd have an abortion.
Hi, it's Josh Marshall from TPM Media. It's Tuesday, April 15th, 2008. Over the last week, we've been talking about the Marianas Island guest worker program and a lot of the abuses tied to it. What you were just watching were scenes from a 2006 documentary about the Jack Abramoff scandal, and specifically here, the Marianas Island dimension of it and the conditions that the largely female guest workers lived under in the Marianas Islands. Now, this topic has come up again because there's a Republican Senate candidate in Colorado named Bob Schaefer, and he gave an interview about a week ago in which he said that the program in the Marianas Islands, which again is a territory of the United States, that it's so great that we should emulate it here on the mainland, sort of take it from the Marianas came out, that it's a clean bill of health.
Denver Post article this morning, your connection with Jack Abramoff, is that true?
I've never met him.
You've never met Jack Abramoff?
Appreciate it.
Now, the latest is an article that came out over the weekend in the Denver Post, which details how Schaefer was actually deeply involved in Abramoff's congressional strategy.
Lured to the main island, Saipan, told they were coming to a job in America. The factories many owned by the Chinese Communist government, manufactured clothing for some of the biggest retailers in America, from the Gap to Jones, New York, and legally labeled them made in the USA. But workers were paid a pittance. It was a very sweet deal, made possible because Congress had exempted the territory from U.S. minimum wage and immigration law. During the 1990s, pressure mounted in Washington to bring the Marianas in line with U.S. law. The factory owners convinced the government in Saipan they needed some big-time lobbying. Once again, Jack Abramoff was the man. Critics called the faraway garment industry America's biggest sweatshop. Abramoff set out to paint a different picture, promoting the Marianas to conservatives as a free market Eden for maximizing profits. He began running all-expense-paid tropical junkets for lawmakers, their staff, and conservative activists and journalists.
They were generally taken on a dog and pony show to one of the garment factories where, everything had been sanitized and employers were there to monitor the workers and what they said.